Good morning, it's meteorologist Michael Fecca. Welcome back to the 14 First Alert streaming show we do here every day at 8:30. We go through our forecast and we also go through our top headlines for the morning. So you want to stick around for both the forecast and the news headlines. Casey and Mitch will be here after I give you that rundown of our hot temperatures, which surprise, surprise, or maybe not a surprise, it is hot and humid once again for today. So we remain on alert for those triple-digit heat index values through the end of the day on Friday. We could be ending up anywhere between 100 to 107 for those feels-like temperatures, and that is what warrants that heat advisory. But it's more than just the tri-state. Again, all of our counties here are included within that heat advisory, but it also stretches up across much of the Ohio River Valley, pretty much the entire state of Kentucky and almost the entirety of Tennessee as well. But it also dips down into the deep south and across the eastern seaboard with several heat advisories and excessive heat warnings. So many folks across the country are dealing with this heat as we go through the rest of this week. Now, looking at our temperatures across the region right now, a lot of us are now seeing temps up in the 80s already. 82 degrees in Indianapolis and Lexington, 83 here in Evansville, and a little bit warmer there to our south, 84 in Bowling Green, 85 in Nashville. So we will continue to warm up pretty quickly here as that sun continues to rise. And of course, it doesn't help that our dew points are actually disgusting. They are up in the 70s, low to mid 70s. That is downright tropical. It is soupy. It is the air that you can wear. So that is really what makes this heat wave so much worse. And it's already doing a number on our feels like temperatures. So right now our actual temp in Evansville is 83, but it already feels like almost 90 because of those dew points. And we've already feel like 90 up towards Mount Carmel and Jasper, and we're feeling like 90s down to our south. 97 is what it feels like there in Greenville. So again, another hot day ahead of us here. And if you're headed out to work early this morning, you definitely want to grab the iced coffee in extra large to cool you down, but you want to be careful as well because it's so humid. You're going to get a lot of that cup sweat filling up in your cup holders or all over your desk. So you definitely want to keep a paper towel handy around with you. But here's a look at our current setup, and it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed at all for the last several days. This area of high pressure continues to just dominate the eastern half of the United States with that heat dome-like effect where heat and humidity just build up under it, and it doesn't really move. So we don't really get any chances for relief while we're stuck underneath this high. However, looking further down the line towards this weekend and into next week, this high pressure system will start to weaken and break down, and that will allow this frontal boundary to slide its way from the west. So that is where we're going to see an uptick in our thunderstorm chances as we get into this weekend. And then finally, a cold front is going to be moving in by the time we get into Monday evening, and that will start to cool us down nicely for the Tuesday and into the middle of next week. But for right now, it's going to be hot and humid. It's mostly sunny out there. We do have that slight chance for an afternoon downpour, but that's pretty much the only relief anyone may see, and it is going to be mostly dry for everybody. But again, we'll warm back up into the mid-90s this afternoon for our actual temperatures. Winds out of the southwest, ushering in that more humid air, so between 2 to 4 miles per hour. And then tonight, same as waking up this morning, dropping back down into the mid-70s for our overnight lows. The winds will be calm. We could see some patchy areas of fog developing as well with our dew points also similarly, I can't pronounce that word, but they will be very close to one another, so that's where we can see that potential for fog. But here's a look at your heat index forecast through the rest of the day. It's already going to start to feel like we're in the hundreds by 11 o'clock this morning, and then through the afternoon, we will top out somewhere between 100 and 107 for those heat index values. Now, thinking of ways to stay cool, obviously, we're not going to encourage you to go outside and do any physical activity, but we know it's sunny, it's summer, people are going to the pool, people are going to the lakes, rivers, whatever. It's going to be a nice day for it. Just make sure you're drinking plenty of water and taking breaks. Even if you're at the pool water at this point is like bath water, so it's not doing a whole lot to cool you down, so you still want to take frequent breaks in the air conditioning, and the UV index is also quite high for this time of year. It's all the way up to a 10 by this afternoon. So that means you need to apply sunscreen to exposed skin because burn time may only take between 15 to 25 minutes. And you also want to avoid getting burnt in the sun because that makes it harder to actually cool your body down. You also want to wear a hat and sunglasses, and you definitely want to be seeking shade, or at least some time in the shade between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. today. But looking at our future radar, we'll have the heating of the day, pop-up shower or a thunderstorm, but again, most of us are going to stay dry. They last for about 20 minutes and then collapse. And then with the loss of daytime heating overnight, we'll stay quiet and dry as well. But looking at our rain and storm chances here, they start to increase for the weekend. As I mentioned, that front will start to move in from the west and that high pressure will start to break down. So that increases that moisture transport from the south, and then that cold front finally slides through as we get into Monday night. And then behind that, a lot more refreshing air is going to be on the way. But we've got a lot more hot and humid air mass to get through before we get to that point. But let's take a look at our longer range European model. So I'm going to start this off on Friday. Again, up until Friday, we're just going to be looking at that pop-up chance for a shower or storm. Then, as we get into Friday and into this weekend, you'll notice high pressure starts to break down off to our east. That allows that frontal boundary to slide in a little bit closer from the west, and we have more chances for scattered showers and storms Saturday, Sunday, overnight into Monday morning, and then again Monday evening as that cold front slides through, and that should clear out of here by the time we get into Tuesday afternoon. So that's when we'll start to feel the real relief, but at least our temperatures are going to gradually drop down into the lower 90s as we get towards the weekend, but it's not until Tuesday and Wednesday that we actually start to see them drop back into the upper 80s, which is actually right around average for this time of year. Our average high is around 88 and our average low is around 68. So Wednesday at this point in time seems like the perfect day, but that is around 7 days away. So that things are likely to change with that. But you'll also be happy with this trend. You know, we've been stuck in this stifling humidity since Saturday, and we are going to continue to be in that stifling category through the weekend and into the beginning of the work week. But when that front moves through for Monday night, you'll notice that dew point drops back down, at least into the muggy and humid category. So it won't be as bad. It won't be quite as pleasant or dry, but at least it'll be an improvement on our current situation. But here's a look at our 7-day forecast. I'm going to take this full screen, talk about it a little bit, and then I'll check out the comments to see if you guys have any questions for me. I'd be happy to answer them for you. But again, we remain on alert here through the end of the work week for Friday. That is when that heat advisory is set to expire. So that is when those first alerts will come to an end, but we still hang out in the 90s through the weekend, but it'll be in the lower 90s with better chances for showers and storms. So a little bit more opportunity for that relief, but the real relief doesn't come in until we get into Tuesday. So that is the latest we're tracking here on our first heat wave of the summer. It's been as soon as we turned summer. Remember, the summer solstice was Friday night, and then our heat wave started Saturday. So it was a very timely heat wave for us here, and it's been very prolonged. So making sure you guys are staying safe, staying hydrated, and staying cool out there. But I don't even see any questions or comments here on Facebook, so I'm going to hop off this live stream, but don't go anywhere yet. Casey and Mitch will be here with their top news headlines for the morning.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Hey, good morning. How we doing? My name is Mitch Carter.
Hey guys, Casey Mason here, joining you for our daily live stream special here on our CTV room. And hopefully you're joining us from some of our apps, maybe over on Roku, Facebook, YouTube, you name it. We're just happy to have you.
Absolutely. Happy to have you here, of course, once again here every morning, 8:30. We'll be here. It is myself and Casey, and of course, Michael filling in right now for Byron Douglas. So yeah, we talk a little bit of news, a little bit of weather, and then we get you on your way.
That's right. Let's go ahead and get to some of the top headlines that we pulled from this morning's show. In case you didn't catch us live on air this morning on set, well, we're going to bring them to you here right now. Let's go ahead and kick things off. Mitch, I'll let you take this one.
Sounds good. Well, new here this morning, Indiana's 15 public colleges and universities will freeze in-state undergrad tuition and mandatory fees for the next 2 academic years. So big news there for those who got that college tuition. Of course, that is expensive. Governor Braun says the freeze applies to all flagship and regional campuses across the state. That includes Ivy Tech Community College. Braun says this freeze marks the first time, right, since at least 2010, that more than 2 Hoosier campuses have simultaneously frozen tuition. He says it's the first time ever that all state colleges and universities have done it at the same time. Students there could still face an increase, though, in rates for room and board.
All right. Actually, went to USI, alma mater there,
Yeah.
so maybe still paying off a few loans. We'll see. I think I paid them off. I don't know. I can't remember. But, yeah, that's great news for, of course, students and stuff there. And then moving on, speaking of USI, we've got a big story to share this morning. I'll take this one because this is some great news. Yesterday was a major day for the University of Southern Indiana. I'm going to take this video here for you guys.
22,
They have
the
finally
University
got
of
some
Southern
news that
Indiana
they have been
began a
waiting to
journey.
hear for
This is
quite
a remarkable
some time.
day. This is a day I will never forget.
The USI Board of Trustees approved plans to apply for reclassification in the NCAA up to Division I.
It's time. Thank you very much.
Well, that time has come.
I'm delighted to announce that the NCAA Board of Directors has voted to confirm membership for the NCAA Division I for all 19 of our intercollegiate sports a year early.
Effective August 1st, the University of Southern Indiana is officially a Division I school.
Now we have more opportunities. We have more stories to tell. And again, we have now this opportunity to compete in the postseason, which now is we can see some of these investments paying off.
It certainly has been a lengthy timeline and one that came with ups and downs. After an NCAA decision allowing the potential for an accelerated transition, on February 12th, USI took that chance. That allowed them to complete the transition in 3 years instead of 4.
We didn't worry about what we couldn't do. We were just worried about all the great things we could compete for, all the things that were out there for us. And the exciting thing now is there's some added stuff out there now, and certainly an NCAA tournament possibility.
Now that the university can put the transition in the rearview mirror, the athletic department turns their attention to navigating the ever-changing college athletics landscape.
We have to talk to the community about creating more revenue opportunities, not just for USI, but potential down the road for revenue sharing with the student athletes now that we have that ability. The opportunities now to Division I are moving up, so the needle is moving up, so to speak. Now, how do we close the gap?
Through it all, USI was ready. They've been ready the whole way.
I think you're going to see commitment from players that want to compete in competitions. I think we're in the perfect league for this. We've been awaiting this moment, so I think what you're going to see is real progress in competition for our department.
Very, very cool story there. About time.
Definitely, yeah.
Welcome to D1.
That's exciting news for sure. So I know, like they said, that's something they had been trying to do for a while now, and it came to be, and so that's exciting
Here we
for
go,
them.
yeah.
Congratulations, USI, Screaming Eagles. So.
And, keeping with the sports topic here, looking ahead just a month away now, right, from the annual Deaconess Women's Hospital Tennis Classic, and it's bigger and better than ever before, Casey. This year, the tournament's been upgraded to a W100 event, meaning it is the highest level U.S. Tennis Association Pro Circuit event offered outside of the World Tennis Association Tour. The tournament will have a $100,000 purse up for grabs, and with that, will attract a higher level of competition than ever before.
Anna Anisimova. She's coming. She was ranked top 20 in the world, was really doing well. She's from the USA, and she had burnout, and she didn't play for a year. So she's back in 2024 playing. She made it to the third round of the Australian Open, second round of the French, and she went out in the first round at Wimbledon. And she'll be here next week. Kayla Day is our #1 seed. She's been ranked as high as number 80 in the world. It's a good field with top players.
Well, the tournament's going to run from July 21st through July 27th out at Wesselman Park, and the event is absolutely free to attend. Mitch, you ever played tennis before?
No, but I will actually not. I lied. We played in gym class when I was like in the 8th grade. I did okay, but I had a habit of booming it over the fence.
Yeah.
Not exactly keeping it within the lines there, but for $100,000, I could be inclined to practice.
Yes,
so.
I was going to say it's not home run derby there.
No.
If that kind of money's
Yeah,
on the
right.
line. Yeah, I played high school tennis. My brother-in-law actually runs a program, coaches there at Fort Branch Gibson Southern High School, and it's a fun sport. It definitely takes some patience, just like any sport. I know you've been picking up golf recently a little bit out there after work.
Yeah, I've been
so
playing
I got a little sun on your face in case you guys have
playing
noticed.
around. I've got clubs. Jordan Yaney, we used to live together. He used to, obviously, until very recently, report here, and his mom had an extra set of clubs and gave them to me that she wanted like a work raffle, and so I've been playing with those from like the 1980s for 2 years now, and finally yesterday got a new driver. So
There you go.
stand by.
There you go.
Watch out for the links. I'm coming.
Yeah, I got a shout out this morning from some pickleballers who are tuning in from the Gibson County area there as well. Speaking of pickleball, my goodness, that is sweeping the nation.
It's fun.
It's a lot of fun. So you have played.
I have. I was kind of a hater for a while. I'll go on air and admit that. Only because I didn't know anything about it, right? I didn't understand it, so I was scared of it. I went last weekend with my wife and her family and wore like a stringer tank top, and it looked like my tan line looks like I wore a sports bra all night. I mean, I am pasty except for being comically burnt on my neck and shoulders here, and then of course I've been golfing too, so my arms and face are tan. So I gotta go lay out with Michael at the pool or something and get a full body going. But for right now, I am in pain.
That's what you get for being a hater.
It's fun though.
You know,
pickleball is so fun.
It's
a blast.
it's a very, very addicting. It's so much fun. My dad is all in. There's a big group up there in Gibson County. I've been trying to get Dan Katz to join his group soon. Get
Big
those two
pickleball
together.
guy.
I played my dad for the first time. I was actually about 5 months pregnant or so with my daughter Addie, and of course still moving around. Got to stay active.
Sure.
And he was like, "I'll go easy on you," and I think I ended up beating him. So I
too
still
easy
brag
on
about
you.
that.
Yeah.
But he has since surpassed me. That was when he first started out. And now, if I dare say, he is quite the pickleball professional. But it's a lot of fun. It's a good way to, stay active and stuff. Of course, if you're going to be out playing pickleball, especially you, Dad, I have to remind everybody out there, be sure to stay cool, stay hydrated. That's been, obviously the theme of our entire week as this heat advisory continues through Friday. So let's get to some comments.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Take a peek
I
here.
already saw Dion Hunter said, "Hey guys, hey Dion, good to hear
Good
from
morning.
you. Thanks for saying good morning. We love it." Let's see.
A couple folks just chit-chatting back and forth in there. Appreciate that. Please talk in these. We want to talk to you guys.
We
Ask
love
us
it.
questions. If any of you guys play pickleball out there, I know we're about to wrap this thing up pretty soon, but please tell us any tips and tricks. If anybody plays golf, tell me something, 'cause I'm terrible. It's fun, but I'm not
I told
any
you
good.
I played in high school.
Oh, that's
I
true.
played like all 4
That's true.
years.
We need to go hit the links.
Doesn't mean I was good though. So I actually, my freshman year, fun story here for you. I thought we got the golf carts as part of being on the high school golf team,
Makes
and they
sense.
were
Take it
like,
home with you?
"Oh no, you're going to carry your bag and walk all 18 holes." And I tell you, golf is definitely way more fun with a golf cart. So
Yeah.
maybe a cooler if you have one too. Jordan Harrison, good morning to you as well. We do like to every now and then hop over on YouTube. So talk for a
pull it
minute
up,
while I
pull it
pull
up.
over
Yeah,
here.
I'll do so.
Keeping them occupied.
So for those who haven't played pickleball, think of it as like tennis on a smaller court, and the rackets, it's not, for anybody who's played tennis, not pickleball, which is what I had kind of briefly done, it's not the same. It's not like how a tennis ball bounces off a racket. You've got to actually kind of
Yes.
smack with pickleball, but lots of fun. I really enjoyed it. So any YouTube luck over there?
No YouTube luck, but that's okay. Hey, we forgive
right.
you guys. Same time tomorrow. We'll maybe have some more chats, but by Friday we'll have just a full comment section. So only nice things, of course. Speaking of what you were just saying about tennis, and we're talking about tennis and pickleball. Actually, my brother-in-law Matt Grabby, shout out. I said he coaches the high school team there in Fort Branch. He would run into issues with his players. They on the off season they'll all go play pickleball and have fun, and he actually kind of throws off their swing in
I'm sure,
tennis.
yeah.
He's He's like, guys have to like dial down on playing pickleball because it really does. It
Tennis
kind of
only.
like counteracts, I guess, each other.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
Yeah. Anyways,
But yeah, for those, you said, was it Gibson County pickleballers?
yes,
out there?
that's right. That's right. A couple up there in Fort Branch, Princeton area. They get a big group together
Enjoy.
and play. They actually usually in the summer times at the park there in Fort Branch, of course, open to anyone. They welcome. And what's cool is there's all ages that come out. But I guess my dad, and some of his friends, and a group of people up there, they all go and play on the courts there, and they do a really good job of rotating, making sure everybody gets the chance because those courts, there's only a few of them,
Sure.
And everybody wants to play. So I challenge you, Mitch Carter, to come up to my neck of the woods sometime. Bring your wife Claire. I'll bring my husband Will, and maybe we'll have a little friendly competition on the Sunrise team.
We'll film it.
So
We'll let you guys know who gets the W there. Will's a pretty competent adversary, so we'll see.
We'll see
Big
what
guy.
happens. First time I took him to play tennis, it cleared the fence.
Just
as well.
like
I feel
me,
you and
yeah.
him have that in common. So home run derby for
Right,
sure.
right. It's more
Well, I
fun
think
that way.
that'll do it for today, Mitch.
Yeah.
We always have trouble getting out of these because we like talking and chit-chatting so much. So
Well, for those of you joining us here this morning, appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like you mentioned here, we are here Monday through Friday, 8:30 every single morning. Whether it's Byron or Jeff or Michael or Arden, whoever's joining us. We have this at 8:30, then as well at 2:30 in the afternoon. Kind of the same thing, kind of a mix of news and weather headlines, kind of meeting you guys at home where you are.
Yes, we love to stay connected. And again, just a reminder to go easy on us because we are running all of our own audio, video, graphics, sound, and conversation at once.
The microphones,
I may have
like,
talked over that last story, but
They
it's
don't
fine.
stand on their own. I have to hold it up like this, otherwise it will fall. So
We will get
yeah,
there. It's
doing our
only
best.
week 2, guys. So,
Perfect.
well, hey, everyone, have a great rest of your Wednesday. And of course, just again, one more reminder out there to try to stay cool. Don't get too hot out there. And we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Have a good one. See you guys.
Bye.